You know, it's a rainy day here in Ohio, and usually on rainy days, I like to just bust out a coloring book and do some art. I got this new coloring book here. This is by the artist Lainie Dao. This is the same person who did Adorable Town. You folks know I loved that coloring book, so let's open up this one. I kind of need an easier art project today, honestly, because I've been doing so much stuff behind the scenes for my art shop, and I just kind of need a breather. I need something easy but creative and fun. Also, I'm putting a disclaimer at the beginning of the video. My lighting is wonky. This side is going to be a lot brighter than this side. It's because one of my lights exploded. It was a huge fire hazard. I still need to get another light. We're kind of working with like one really good light and limping along with like one of my older lights. Not the light that exploded. That one is long gone. Well, I'm honestly pretty excited about this one. I ordered it a couple months ago and have been waiting to use it. See, this is the lighting I'm talking about, the shadow. Just ignore it. It'll get back to normal soon. I think it's easier to go back to front just for like the camera view, so that's what we're doing. Ooh, that is so cute. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. This is not what I expected. Like, I mean, it does say Fairy Town, but I did not expect it to feel this kind of magical. I really love this. Ooh, this is the cover, right? Yeah. This is so cute. Oh my goodness. The little mouse inside the flower. Oh, I love those little details. Oh, the little panda. Wow, I love that. That is really cute. I think these are apples. Oh my goodness, I kind of want to do that one. Oh my goodness, does this get any cuter? Like, oh, that is a citrus. Oh, and it's eating watermelon. Can I just color all of these, please? Wow, lemonade, stop. Okay, this is my favorite coloring book artist. Lainie Dao just does the cutest stuff, but wow, all of this is just so adorable. Oh my goodness, stop. I can't get over how cute these are. Okay. Loving this. Wait, is this a dragon fruit? That's so cool. I have to go back to this page. I know I want to do this one, so we're doing it. All right, I'm taking my favorite reddish orange shade, which is vermilion, to color the mushroom caps. I think that will be cute. Oh, this is pretty. I like it. I was just telling my husband that it would be so fun to inoculate some logs for my garden to harvest our own mushrooms. I think I would want to try like some portobellos or something, but I don't know. So yeah, if anybody here does that and you want to talk about it in the comments, feel free to drop a comment, share any tidbits, whatever. I have an idea for these, so I do need them both to be red. Ooh, I just got a fun idea for this. I want to make things a little purpley too. I read a book like 2 years ago called The Hidden Life of Trees, and it has made me view fungi so differently. The book talks about how mycelium, like the fungal networks underground, which, by the way, when you see a mushroom, that's just like the reproductive body coming up, getting ready to like release spores. But the span of that fungi can stretch for miles and miles. I mean, a really impressive amount. It can communicate with the trees around it. So, for instance, if a giraffe is munching on leaves at one tree, the mycelium underground can send a signal to some trees down the line saying like, hey, make your leaves more bitter because there's a predator eating our leaves. And so then the trees will send out like a chemical to make their leaves more bitter. And then the giraffe will like skip those trees. That was like one of the examples in the book. That is really fascinating to me. I feel like, honestly, that's just so mind-blowing. So I think that stuff is so interesting, especially because I have a biology background, not necessarily with mycology, but I do think mycology is just interesting. So I really love books about that sort of stuff. Anyway, now that we talked about that, let's move on to talking about more of this art. This is so relaxing. I really like that it's not overly detailed either. I have some light purple. Now I need to decide, like I could make this like a light yellow, which would be kind of cute, or a dark purple and make it moody. Let's play around with it. This is kind of fun talking to you folks while I'm coloring, because my last couple videos I've done some voiceovers. It honestly depends on the art project, like what feels better to do and what's easier for editing. So that's why I go back and forth. All right, I'm definitely liking the yellow. Feels cozier. I really love this brown shade. It is champagne. It's in the E70s range of the Copics, and that is probably one of my favorite ranges. Whoa, I put way too much ink in it though. Ah, bummer. It kind of exploded on our page. I refilled these recently. Maybe I went overboard with this one. Oh well, mistakes happen. We roll with it. We keep going. I also messed up there. That whole spot. Yeah, whatever. This little bear is also gonna be this color because it's just too cute. I knew it was gonna do that. No! There's too many accidents. I just need to like take this and scribble for a little bit. That probably should have been my sign to stop making art for the day, because I just did something before this too. Do this cute cocoa brown for the nose. Oh, I love that. I have to fix that right now or I'm like gonna think about it forever. Oh, it just has like a little plant behind the ear. That's what I'm gonna do. I really liked this color, so I'm gonna use it again. Once I started adding greenery to this piece, I felt like it really came alive. It was just fun seeing all the different shades of green with the plants and how it all interacted with the mushrooms. In a minute, you're gonna see I'm going to change my art supplies up and move over to colored pencil, because I felt like this image was simple enough that we needed to add a little bit more dimension. So I had a lot of fun with that, and you'll see how it unravels in a second. But I wanted to make sure everything was colored in with a layer of Copic marker first. Here we are adding some colored pencil shading, I guess, and having some fun with this. I've been really enjoying seeing how purples interact with pictures lately. So you're gonna see in a minute that I'm gonna do a lot of shading with different purples. I wanted to add a little bit of detail to the plants and the grass and everything, and now I'm going in with the purple. I had a lot of fun with this one. It was simple, it was relaxing, just what I needed. Let's find another page here. I got really excited when I saw this citrus one, and it really just stuck with me, so I decided to choose this one. So first, I'm just gonna color everything in orange. Again, I really like the simplicity with the illustrations in this coloring book. I feel like it really lends to the cuteness aspect of all these drawings, just keeping it simple. And I also love that every little scene has a little character. I'm really enjoying that. Like this one here is eating watermelon, and it just looks so like cozy and inviting, but also it kind of makes me feel like if I color this with bright colors, it feels childhood nostalgic in a way. I don't know. Let me know if you feel that from seeing this. That's kind of how I felt. You know how people talk about in your childhood, everything seemed more colorful and saturated? Let me know if you relate with that. Sometimes I kind of relate with it and sometimes I kind of don't. I don't really know. But for something like this, yes, I do. I do feel like nowadays, though, a lot of children's toys are more like muted and aesthetic. aesthetically pleasing colors that blend in with people's interior designs more. And back in the 90s, our toys were so bright. But I don't know. Now that I have kids, I also walk down toy aisles and I see a little bit of both. So those are just my thoughts. Had to add some purple here and there. I felt like it really complemented the orange. Again, I'm going to do some shading with this. So let's take some colored pencils out in a second and just add a little bit of dimension. Do the ears, do the blush on the little creature, shade the chairs, you know. I'm really digging the purple colored pencils. This one was really fun to do. I really like this coloring book because I feel like there's a lot of flexibility with it. You can either approach this very simply and only color with markers or colored pencil, whatever, no shading, or you can add your own detail. And you can do that for a lot of coloring books, but I feel like some coloring books are too detailed and the time commitment is just intimidating. So with that being said, I really like simple ones like this. All right, this one was definitely my favorite to do of the whole video. I just loved playing with the oranges and the yellows and the purples all together. Anyway, I will link this coloring book down below. I am not sponsored at all. I'm just a really big fan of this artist and their coloring books. I've been coloring in their Adorable Town coloring book on my channel probably for over a year now. Yeah, and then I bought a couple others by them and just a couple other coloring books in general. Usually do more than 2 coloring pages for a video, but I needed an easier week, so this is gonna be a shorter video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Bye.